Welcome everyone inside, sold out Cassell Coliseum in Blacksburg, Virginia. Final home game of the season for Virginia Tech. Final home game of his career as a Hokie for Justin Bibbs and fellow senior Devin Wilson. Welcome everyone to Big Monday, our final Big Monday of the year, presented by Joseph A. Bank. It's the Duke Blue Devils, now ranked number 5 in the country, in town to take on the Hokies. Duke right now alone in second place in the ACC with 2 games remaining. Virginia's already clinched the regular season championship. Duke can wrap up a top 4 finish and a double bye in next week's ACC tournament with a win tonight over Virginia Tech. Hi everybody, welcome. Sean McDonough along with Dan Dockage. Delighted to have you with us. Dan, for a lot of the season, people have been saying Duke might be the most talented team in the country, but that defense is a little shaky. Not so lately, as they've won 5 in a row.
First time in Duke history. First time that they've held 4 straight opponents in the ACC under 60 points. Why? They've gone to a zone. And in the zone, Grayson Allen plays on top. He's the best communicator. And now with Marvin Bagley back in the starting lineup, it has made him a better defender because he hasn't been very good in half-court man-to-man.
It's senior night. It's emotional. Here's Allison Williams.
Yes, it is, Sean. And Justin Bibbs admitted he didn't sleep a whole lot last night as he thought about his final home game and all he and this program has accomplished in the last 4 years. As a freshman, the Hokies won just 2 league games. They followed it up with a trip to the NIT and then the program's first NCAA tournament berth in 10 years. Bibbs said that's what he's most proud of, the foundation he's helped to lay here at Virginia Tech and the energy that is back around this basketball program, and that is alive and well here tonight against Duke.
Duke controls the tip. There's the starting lineup. Javin Delorier, as they've gone to the zone, the big presence inside. He's been a starter now for 4 games this year. Grayson Allen. Gary Trent Jr., the leading 3-point shooter on the team at 44%. That's among the regulars. And then a turnover as the pass went inside. Bagley to Carter, and he couldn't hang on.
Yeah, Bagley made basketball difficult. He got the rebound. Great rebound right over the top of Virginia Tech. All he had to do was kick it right to the top of the key to Allen. He had a wide open 3.
There's the Hokies starting 5, including the 2 seniors, Bibbs and Wilson. Robinson, Justin Robinson runs the show. He has the ball right now. Hokies, a bubble team, according to Joe Lunardi. Last night, right now, he has Virginia Tech as one of the last 4 buys for Coach Buzz Williams. A win tonight, obviously, would be a huge resume booster, Dan. You'd have to think they'd almost certainly be in the NCAA field with a win over Duke.
Yeah, I believe this would do it. I mean, you're talking about a team Duke in the top 5, but you got to get it done. And the way you're going to get it done is making shots inside, playing inside out, because you'll get some looks from the 3-point line, but you got to do what they did right there. Go inside first.
Justin Bibbs missed the shot. These 2 teams played 12 days ago at Cameron Indoor Stadium. An easy win for Duke, 74-52. They killed Virginia Tech on the glass. The Hokies want to push the pace tonight.
And Duke doesn't. You know, talking to Duke's people, they slowed it down first game. Watching the game, Duke slowed it down first time against Virginia Tech. Tell you one thing Virginia Tech can do, they can get in a shootout.
They're the best shooting team in the league, just over 50% from the floor. They're also the best 3-point shooting team in the league, and they'll need to shoot well tonight, obviously, to upset Duke. Delorier.
There is no thought by Virginia Tech that Delorier is going to lift up and shoot a jump shot. They are playing way off of him. And when he gets the basketball, they're denying everybody else, which is why the ball went out of bounds as he was trying to give it up. Crowd doesn't appear to be very happy with Grayson Allen early.
He shoots a deep 3, and he got fouled. Mike Krzyzewski in his 38th season as head coach at Duke, and little question here about the foul on Robinson. Plenty of contact after the release. Winningest coach of all time, coming up on 1100. One of the best free throw shooters in Duke history is Grayson Allen for his career, 83.7%. That is number 7 all time at Duke. just a little under the percentage of his season. Lee Cassell, the official, giving him the ball. A little confusing that we have Lee Cassell and we're in the Cassell Coliseum and they're spelled the same. That's with or without Bagley. When Bagley's been out, he has picked up the slack. Marvin Bagley, the third, is the leading scorer and rebounder in the ACC.
You know, I think people made too big a deal. There's a turnover right there, just a little pressure and no excuse. But I think people made too big a deal when Bagley came back the other day against Syracuse and Grayson Allen only got 9 shots. Look, that zone, Jim Boeheim plays the Syracuse zone, as you know well, like a man-to-man. They adjust, right? So they really played Grayson Allen hard and took away the middle. Nobody was making shots in that game, so I wouldn't read too much into all of a sudden Bagley's back and Allen only gets 9 shots.
Allen has been terrific lately. Shot clock at 12. Allen another deep three, and it spins off. Rebounded in traffic by Kerry Blackshear, and now a scrum. Robinson has it. I think Allen fouled him, and Tempers flaring early.
I'll tell you what, that is absolutely not Grayson Allen's fault. And I don't think Robinson did anything either. I just think it was 2 guys going after the ball as hard as they could possibly go after, and I really believe there's nothing there. Shot to the chin. Just 2 guys going.
Hokies scoreless. More than 2.5 minutes gone by. Virginia Tech 20 and 9 for the year. And now on the board with the corner 3 from Nikhil Alexander-Walker.
Well, you can see what Virginia Tech's trying to do. They are reversing the basketball, taking it away from the left corner and going back from right to left and filling the left corner. Second time they've gotten a great look on that side of the court.
I think that's going to be an offensive foul. It is. Trent using his free arm to try to shed the defender his first foul.
In zone offense, if you want a shot from the left and take the ball to the right, you see he takes it away and brings it right back. The dribble to the right by Justin Robinson set up the shot on the left.
Backcourt pressure handled by Virginia Tech.
Same thing here. I mean, look, and the reason you're getting that is because Carter, number 34, comes up so high. So you want to take it one way, go the other.
Bibbs, nice move underneath, and the Hokies lead for the first time tonight.
That was a great inside screen. A great inside screen. But Bagley just stood and watched. Bagley could have come back into play and swatted that off the backboard, but it was a good move by Buzz Williams.
Buzz concerned about the size of Duke. Said we want to keep the ball out of the middle. Make Duke keep the ball on the sides. The ball was on the side there for a side 3 by Gary Trent Jr., the freshman, McDonald's All-American from Columbus, Ohio. And a terrible pass by Bibbs. Intermediate timeout. 6-5 Duke just underway. Big Monday from Blacksburg, Virginia.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905. And in part by Lexus. Experience amazing.
Welcome back to Blacksburg. The college basketball world has been rocked in recent days with reports of information obtained through the FBI investigation into college basketball corruption. Named in that investigation, Duke's Wendell Carter Jr., his name linked to an alleged lunch with an agent. Now, Duke took immediate action and deemed that Wendell and his family committed no NCAA violation. In response to the incident and his eligibility, Coach Krzyzewski said Wendell didn't know anything. We are comfortable with where we are on this, and we don't feel like we are taking any chances. Sean?
All right, Allison, thank you. Tough times indeed throughout college basketball, but in this instance at least, Duke feels like it is in the clear.
It's
Carter is in the clear.
That's pretty simple. What you do is you do what Allison just said. You review it, turn over the NCAA, and then, you know what? And you play him once they tell you he's eligible.
Here is Carter. Impressive freshman. He has 15 double-doubles. Bagley has 18. Carter turns and faces a little long. And Blackshear the rebound. Redshirt sophomore from Orlando. The freshman, Alexander Walker. A little bit off from three-point range. Allen in transition. The three that pops out. Off the floor, put back up and in by Wendell Carter.
One thing that you see is Duke's big guys will run the floor. Bagley handled it, and then Carter finished it up.
Justin Robinson is down, grabbing at his left ankle. And that would be a huge loss. He's their leading scorer. He's their leading assist man and their team leader in steals. He's going to come out for Chris Clark. And Robinson is heading to the locker room. So there's Clark, very productive bench player, averaging 8 points and 6.5 rebounds. He's their leading rebounder for the year, even though he has not started a game this season. He plays about 25 minutes.
I like Robinson going out as often, but Clark is a really active kid. I mean, as you said, he is an effective bench player. Like right there, he just stirred it up, knocked it loose, Blackshear finished. I just like Clark. Clark just makes things go when he comes in.
Von Val turned the corner. Duke's been a little bit unlucky. A couple shots that rattled out. Alexander Walker in transition.
I'll give Coach K credit. He didn't stand up. He didn't say anything. He may have to get somebody out because there was no hustle back on defense for Duke. None.
Hokies back on top. Allen down the lane, lays it in.
That's what he's been doing a great job of. I mean, he has gone to the free throw line. He took it through traffic, made a nice step, went to the left hand.
Nice pass, Bibbs off to Blackshear, and he's fouled.
Duke is in three-quarter court or half-court offense, Sean. Duke's a little sloppy. Like, and by that I mean, when a guy gets the ball, for example, there, Allen could have moved over and gotten in front of the man. Instead, he gave him an angle to drive, which set up helping a foul.
Blackshear gets to the line a lot. That's his 144th free throw of the year. The team lead, 74% from the line. Carter goes to the bench. Marquise Bolden is in. He's played very well lately. Number 20 for Duke. 6'11" sophomore. This Duke team averages better than 6'7". It's the second tallest team in Duke history. They can bring one big body after another into the game now that Bolden and Delorier are healthy. They were both out for a while early in the conference schedule. Allen not bashful. Another three for Grayson Allen, and he has 8.
I'm sorry, so I think that's a great sign for Duke. I just think the more you have Grayson Allen involved as the alpha guy, the guy doing it, the better Duke is. I mean, think about it. He's a senior. He's been through everything you could be through, and he's playing with a bunch of freshmen.
A freshman, Alexander Walker, out of Toronto, top recruit. He was number 25 in the ESPN Top 100 entering college basketball this year. Laval, Trent, another long three for Allen. Rattles it home again. He is on fire after going 0 for 6 from 3 against Syracuse. And an excellent zone defense from the Orange Saturday in Durham. Good interior passing. Blackshear fouled. Bolden didn't think so, but he's going to get called for his first.
Better find this kid. Problem is you got a lot of guys to find, and you got to make sure you play the inside. Grayson Allen, when he is going, we've already seen Trent get a bucket. That time Trent made the pass. When he is going, Duke is death. Ball whipped around nice. Duval started with a drive. I'm telling you, when he is going and you put Trent out there with him and the inside that they have, it's as good a team as there is in college basketball.
Blackshear missed the free throw. And these two teams met in Durham 12 days ago. Grayson Allen had the game high 25 points. He had 7 threes in that game. And he's off to a terrific start tonight, leading active scorer in the ACC. Now with 1,878 career points, that's 20th all time at Duke, and he's going to pass very soon, perhaps even tonight, a couple of Duke legends in Jeff Mullins and Dick Grote on the all-time scoring list.
Shortstop, Pittsburgh Pirates, Dick Grote.
Well, the all-time great guys, in addition to being a phenomenal athlete, star in baseball and basketball. That's not Duval's game, and he's way off.
No, and if you're going to give something up, that's it. But you better find as it gets whipped around.
He's a 27% three-point shooter, Trevon Duval. Trying to go inside to Bolden. On a switch, it's the guard Wilson, but they come to double. That's a three.
They played that. Virginia Tech played that as well as you could play it. They doubled up, didn't give Bolden any room. Bolden was trying to skip it to the top, couldn't do it, and Duval just relocated and drilled the shot. You can't play it any better if you're Virginia Tech. The guy you want shooting it, shot it. Just happened to make it.
Just the 23rd made 3 of his freshman year for Duval. Fewer than 1 per game. Blackshear powers in. Robinson back out of the locker room and at the table, getting ready to check back in. 11.5 to go, first half. Big Monday. Trent fouled. Crowd thought he stuck his leg out. Doesn't matter, but it's a foul on Chris Clark. Duke has 19. Grayson Allen has 11 of them.
Yeah, he's been great right from the start. Grayson Allen, he got fouled, shooting 3 free throws. And now you're going to see he's driven the basketball, he's assisted, he's led, he's hit threes. Not everything you want, but he should. He's a veteran guy in a tough environment.
When we were here 5 weeks ago for Big Monday, Virginia Tech really needed a big win. They got it that night against North Carolina. Then their biggest win of the season, the only conference loss suffered by Virginia so far this season, and that was in Charlottesville. And another nice win, February 21st, for Buzz Williams and the Hokies against Clemson. So that's 3 top 15 wins, 20-9 overall for the Hokies. Right now, Joe Lunardi has them projected as one of the last 4 bye teams, and Joey Brackets joins us live in the Infinity Bracket Bunker. Good evening, Joe. How are you?
Sean, I'm great. Who would have thought when we had that conversation a few weeks ago that Saturday's Louisville-Virginia Tech game would mean more to Louisville? It's that kind of year in college basketball.
It is indeed, and I'm a little surprised you have them so close to the bubble as Trent is shooting free throws and Buzz Williams is sweating it out. I mean, they have other nice wins. They went to Notre Dame and won. They beat NC State here. That's a win that looks better and better now for Virginia Tech with what the Wolfpack is doing. Why is Virginia Tech so dangerously close to your bubble, Joe?
Well, they're still 8 or 9 spots into the field. They're at the very top of the last 4 byes list, floating back and forth with NC State, who I elevated after their blowout of Florida State yesterday. You know, the ACC teams that are in trouble are not including Virginia Tech. It would be Syracuse out and Louisville just in. I think at the end of the day, the Hokies are going to be fine.
And a win tonight obviously would just about seal that, you would think. How about for Duke? Right now you have them as a 2 seed. Ooh, Jack White banks one home for free. And it's going Duke's way right now when that happens for sure. But what about Duke's chances as a #1 seed, Joe?
So let's look out about a week and a half. Here's what I think will happen, guys. Virginia's going to be a 1 seed. No question about it. A Big East team is very likely to be a 1 seed. Villanova or Xavier, but I doubt both. Kansas, by winning the Big 12, and if it wins the Big 12 tournament, they're going to have their 8th 1 seed in the last 12 years. So that leaves a spot. And I think it's either going to go to Duke, if they can pass that second Big East team, or Michigan State for possibly a double win in the Big Ten and the Big Ten tournament. They've already won the regular season. And, of course, now the committee's going to get a whole extra week to evaluate the Spartans and the rest of the Big Ten. And I think the drumbeat for Michigan State, if it should win in New York, will get pretty loud.
All right, Joe, thanks. We have a timeout here, so we'll take a break. That is Joe Lunardi from the Infinity Bracket Bunker. Big Monday continues from Blacksburg right after this. Welcome back to Cassell Coliseum in Blacksburg, Virginia. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. Sean McDonough, Dan Dockich, Allison Williams. The producer of Big Monday, the ACC edition, Eric Mosley, our director, Jeff Eddie the Eagles Evers, covering nicely from a multitude of ailments as we make our way toward next week's ACC tournament in Brooklyn. Jeff Evers tells us he will be good to go, and all of America can breathe a sigh of relief. We'll be working together.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to the Big Ten tournament as a dad, then staying there, working with you. It's good to be me.
Halfway through the half now. Duke on a 16-3 run as they've opened up a 12-point lead, trying to win their 6th in a row. That 5-game winning streak they bring to Blacksburg came on the heels of a stretch where they lost 3 out of 4. And a foul. Good move underneath.
They just sit in there and make a bad move, get in front, and you are in trouble with a lob.
Wendell Carter Jr. going to the line. Time for this week's Capital One fan vote. I don't know if you participate in this weekly. We have Big Monday, Dan. Right up your alley, Big Ten. Which ranked team will win the Big Ten tournament? Michigan State, Purdue, Ohio State, Michigan. Do you have to disqualify yourself given that your son is a Buckeye? To vote, go to facebook.com/SportsCenter.
I'll tell you, a team playing the best is Michigan. Team I'm rooting for is Ohio State.
We'll allow that.
Yep. But Michigan's playing great. Like, Michigan has hit their stride. Sean, I don't know how many games you've done all year, but it doesn't happen very often where the road team in a league like the ACC or the Big Ten is up 32 in the first half on the road. And that happened the other day. Michigan, Maryland, just phenomenal.
Hokies need a bucket. Blackshear blocked. Excellent defense by Carter, their team leader in block shots. That's 65 for the year. Bagley missed the fadeaway. Full shot clock as Duke got it back, and Allen, boy, another one that rattles out, and it's tipped in by Marvin Bagley III, freshman from Phoenix.
Now that's what Bagley needs to do. Bagley trying right now to jump over people being pushed off the block and shooting with other guys open is bad business. But him on the backboard, unstoppable.
Bagley called for the foul. 18 double-doubles for Marvin Bagley III. That is the Duke freshman record.
This is so much more impressive than it's going to be on TV. He gets so far up over the rim. It didn't look like it on that replay, but my man gets way up real quick.
Almost 4 offensive rebounds per game. Trying to become the 13th player and the first freshman to lead the ACC in scoring and rebounding in the same season. What will almost certainly be his only season at Duke. must be Alexander Walker's favorite spot. He's spotted up there a few times in the left corner. He bangs home another.
Yeah, and they took advantage of Bagley right there. Bagley was up into the ball on the wing and didn't have enough to get either recognition or explosiveness to get to the corner.
Allen missed a three. 6 3-point field goals already. Offensive foul as Clark went into the air. And Delorier stood in to take the charge.
Yeah, that was so good by Delorier. You're going to see right here, Bagley really struggles to play two things. Like here, he's there, and now the pass goes, and he just can't move. His brain is where his body is. And by that, I mean when you're going to play two things, the wing and then the corner, your body can be on the wing, but your brain has to be telling you, I got to get to the corner. And right now, he can't do that. And really, early in the year, it was a problem for Duke with him man-to-man because he couldn't play the ball screen and then go back and get to his own man. Two things is not that easy for a young big kid.
Duke defense pretty strong again tonight. It's been February. They've been second in the country in scoring defense. 52 points per game allowed. Only Virginia, not surprisingly, is better. Duke turnover takes us to another media timeout. 29-17. Duke on the road in Blacksburg. Coming up next on Big Monday, Devontae Graham and the Kansas Jayhawks playing host to the Texas Longhorns. Congratulations, Bill Self in Kansas. 14 straight Big 12 titles, the longest conference win streak in Division I history, passing the 13 in a row won by the UCLA Bruins in the 60s and 70s. That is an amazing accomplishment.
I say this all the time. There's a lot of money spent at these other programs. You can't win one conference title. You got millions of dollars in head coaches. You got millions of dollars in assistants, recruiting budget. You can't win one title in the Big 12 in 14 years. I want some change if I'm an athletic director.
Alexander Walker missed the three, and Allen scoops it off the floor. Alexander Walker and Blackshear have combined for 15 of the 17 Virginia Tech points. The only other Hokie scored is Justin Bibbs, who has 2. Alexander Walker 8, Blackshear 7 for the Hokies. Delorier up and under and short. Ed Hill, he hasn't scored. Blackshear put it on the floor in traffic. Wound up in the hands of Trent. He got fouled by P.J. Horn. Super Tuesday presented by Boost Mobile. Tomorrow night it's 9 Eastern time. North Carolina, they're every bit as hot as Duke. Taking on Miami. 6-0 the last 6 for the Tar Heels while scoring 88 points per game.
I think they're a Final Four team. I think they're just playing great. Had them against Syracuse. Syracuse had a chance to beat them. I'll tell you this, between the experience, the shooting, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
They've been to the national championship game each of the last 2 years. You think they're better than Duke?
They won't have to play Duke. And to say somebody's a Final Four team is kind of silly because, you know, if you say everybody is, I guess you're going to be right. But I'll say this, I think they're playing as well as anybody in the country. I think Duke is too. Duke is fantastic.
Well, that win over Duke seemed to ignite the run, and of course they'll play again.
I asked Roy Williams about that. Did that really ignite? He said, no, not at all. He goes, we just decided that we're going to guard a little bit.
Bad pass by Allen, and dropped in by Alexander Walker. So a little life on that Hokie bench and in the crowd as they're within 8.
That's 2 in a row by Allen. 2 bad passes.
Largest lead was 15 for Duke. We're under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Travel on Trevon DeVal. 3 straight possessions with a turnover for Duke.
Allen threw one short, then he tried to jump up and throw it cross court, and great anticipation and a finish. That's 2 in a row. for Grayson Allen. Then you combine it with a travel. Next thing you know, Virginia Tech's right back in this game. Yeah, it's kind of a really good thing for Duke that you can take Grayson Allen after a couple turnovers. Coach K didn't lose his mind, make Duvall get on the point, and then Duvall after a turnover played harder.
Hokies turned it back over. Devin Wilson the last to touch it.
I'd get the ball in Grayson Allen's hands. Throwing it to the post hasn't been great. I'd figure out how to get Grayson Allen a little spread and let him drive the basketball. There we go.
In nearly 4 minutes since Duke scored. Jack White, for a big man, he's a very good three-point shooter, and that's an air ball from 3 for Carter. He doesn't shoot many, but he was 50% from 3 coming into tonight, 18 out of 36.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Allen tried to drive, but hey, between Wilson and Bibbs, they played great defense right there. They got in a stance, they sat down. Alexander Walker, terrific defensive play, because Duke was driving it. Duke was not going to settle on that possession, and Virginia Tech just handled everything Duke threw at it.
Attacking. And being fouled, Justin Bibbs. They continue to play without Justin Robinson. Looked like he injured his left ankle earlier in the half.
Well, they haven't had a great half, but they have done this. They have kept the ball moving from the zone press to the zone half court, and that's going to if they continue to do that for the next 25 minutes, they're going to have some good offense here. Talking about Virginia Tech, you just can't stop once you beat this press. You got to keep Duke's defense moving, and there are a ton of holes if you do that.
2 fouls on Marvin Bagley now, so he's going to come out. Delorier and Trent return for Coach Krzyzewski. Justin Bibbs, senior out of Dayton, Ohio. 20th in career scoring at Virginia Tech. Went over 1,400 career points in their loss to Louisville here on Saturday. That's 9 straight points for the Hokies, now within 6. Alexander Walker almost to steal. White open for 3. Out of bounds to Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech is doing a great job of covering the guys you've got to cover, which is Trent and the post guys, and making White make a jump shot. I know he banked one earlier, and I know he's a decent shooter, but this is a little different in front of this crowd on this night.
Crowd cheers as Robinson returns. Some pressure in the backcourt. Duke. And Bibbs, the mid-range game, impressive for Justin Bibbs. Timeout. Blue Devils. From 15 down to within 4 for Virginia Tech on senior night inside Cassell Coliseum.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by USAA. Insurance, banking, and investments tailored for the military community.
All right, Duke struggling right now on the Alfa Romeo halftime report, and they may have a struggle with North Carolina. We'll get into it with Seth and Jay, how this weekend affects the ACC. Also, Joey Brackett's going to join us to talk about the winners and losers. What do you make of this one?
I like that Virginia Tech's keeping the ball on one side of the floor, which makes it easier to give help when those 2 bigs are on the floor.
Great scheme by playing off of Trayvon Duval and helping down on the 2 post guys, forcing to shoot the ball from the outside and make them beat you.
Sean, back to you.
All right, Carl, thank you. This game has changed suddenly. Duke had a 15-point lead. They've gone nearly 5 minutes without scoring now. Buzz Williams, as usual, in a full lather. Duke has had 8 straight empty possessions after they scored on 9 consecutive trips. Trent for 3, way off. Lucky bounce, brought it to Delorier. Allen misses, and that's 9 straight empty trips for the Blue Devils. Bibbs for three. And Delorier runs it down in front of his bench. Javin Delorier, sophomore, back in his home state. He's from Shipman, Virginia. And he just got called for a foul. Here's Allison Williams.
Sean, you were mentioning how Duke hasn't scored in 9 straight trips. Well, that is what the Hokies would call 3 straight turkeys. If they can get 3 consecutive stops, that is a turkey. They chart it throughout the game. And you watch Buzz Williams in the huddles. He's kind of like a mad scientist. He'll throw it on one clipboard, grab another, scribbling all over his dry erase boards there, which has 2 cords on each side. And one of the things he pointed out before they broke the huddle, 1 more stop and 3 straight turkeys for the Hokies.
The turkey is 3 stops in a row, but they have had 3 straight 3 stops in a row. 3 turkeys. Sort of like bowling, right? You a bowler?
He's about 1 frame from the 300 game.
Robinson the miss.
I think Duke's got to push it here. I mean, I know they're trying to slow this down. Don't really want to get in the shootout, but I don't know why not. They've had nothing offensively.
Haven't scored a point since 9 minutes remained in the half, and with just under 3 minutes remaining in the half, that drought ends.
Yeah, that was inside abuse. That was just Carter realized, flashed high, and you make a bad move. You get in front of either Bagley or Carter, and you have a serious problem because they'll just throw it over the top.
6 points now for Bagley. Coach K electing to let him continue on with the 2 fouls here late in the half. Nice move, and then swatted by Blackshear. Robinson takes a bump. Hip check from DeVal at center court.
I know.
And Duke is over the limit. That's 2 fouls on Trevon DeVal, the freshman guard from Newcastle, Delaware.
I know this is blasphemy, but Bagley is all about Bagley. I mean, honest to goodness, I can see in 18 minutes why Duke was able to go on a run when he was hurt. You hate to say that about a kid, but he is about himself. He gets the ball, it doesn't come out. He doesn't play defense. He's a terrific talent, don't get me wrong. But you can see real clear, real fast, and I'll take all the shots that people want to give me, but you can see he is about him.
Well, for a lot of the year, comparisons to DeAndre Ayton, the great star at Arizona, a huge pick if you had the pick, and I think in most people's minds he has at the very least separated himself a little bit from Bagley.
Well, you can see the talent, there's no question, and this is only his 2nd game back, but you know, the difficulty defensively you can really see, and offensively, hey, talented, leading scorer, all that stuff, but it's a game a little bit difficult.
Hokies have gone cold here with a chance to get closer still, but Duke the last to touch. I will say this, in the games that I've seen Duke in person, I've been more impressed by Carter than Bagley.
This is unfair for me to say this, but
well, you already said.
I know, and we're broadcasting a game, and I figure I'm here, you know, to add whatever analysis I can give, but you can see it real clear because people are asking, well, why is Duke going on this run without him? Well, gets the ball in there, it stays in there. Defensively, you're going to get another shot here in the corner. If they would run somebody to his corner, they didn't do it yet.
They're in his vicinity now.
Well, you can see Virginia Tech has really made an effort to go at him. Now, he's going to rebound. He's going to do some decent things, no question.
Trent, plenty of time. Long with the 3, and then an over the back foul on Wendell Carter Jr. His 2nd.
Did you like that call?
I think it could have been a play on.
Yeah.
If you're going to be an analyst on the ACC Big Monday offering, sit in the seat usually occupied by Mr. Billis. You have to be a little more aggressive on the officiating.
Do I have to say that everything Duke is great, or can I?
Jay does not do that.
I know he doesn't. I wasn't necessarily referring to him.
But I thought it was a foul. And I would say this. I think it has been an excellent year of officiating.
I totally
and probably
agree
around the country, the games that I've watched.
I think every game that I have done, I mean, I'm like Jay. I mean, I will complain, and I think it has been. J.D. Collins is a national head of officiating, has done a fantastic job.
Robinson still looking for his first point. And there it is. 1 for 3 from the free throw line. He's 0 for 3 from the floor. If you're Buzz Williams, you got down by 15. You're getting virtually nothing from Robinson, Hill, and Wilson. And Clark hasn't scored either.
Well, they've done it with their defense. They've done a good job getting in passing lanes and making the wrong guy shoot.
Alex O'Connell's in the game for Duke, and there's a dunk for Javin DeLaurier.
Double comes, 4-man in this case. DeLaurier has to get to the front of the rim. He did a great job getting where he was supposed to go, and a fantastic find.
Virginia Tech, a team that shoots 50.3% for the year, 8th in the country, number 1 in the ACC, under 40% tonight. The free throws coming for P.J. Horn. They talked about the ability to hold their own inside as a key to the game. Buzz Williams did at their shoot around this afternoon, and they're not bashful about going inside, and they're creating some foul trouble among the Duke players.
Oh, and Horn is undersized. I mean, he is way undersized, but he battled.
He is not the Horn of plenty when it comes to size.
He's not the Horn of free throw shooters either.
DeLaurier's second foul, 67% from the line for Horn this year. Robinson again limping a little bit as he goes out. Six-point game. Duke the ball, the lead. They can't take it all the way down to the half, but they can come close. Coach K, associate head coach Jeff Capel barking out the instructions. 4 on the shot clock as Allen released. Duke has it back. Allen. O'Connell with the buzzer, and it falls off. I don't think Trent's tip would have counted had that gone in. So numerous chances. Duke can't finish with another bucket at the half. They led by 15. And Virginia Tech has rallied to make it a 6-point game at the half. Here's Allison with Buzz.
Coach Williams, you trailed by as much as 15, got back in it with your plan, the defensive end. What led to the 3 straight turkeys there?
We didn't give them second chance shots. Too early in the first 2 immediate timeouts. The possession was ending on a closeout by us. We don't want a possession to end on a closeout, right? Because that means we're late moving when the ball's moving. So we're late on the closeout. Now it's an open shot, and we're not in a position to take up space. We did much better not letting the possession end on a closeout, not letting the possession end on a stunt, because we were higher on the floor. So now, I know they've shot a lot of threes, but now at least we're in a better position against the Giants to take up space and get it. And that led to not necessarily baskets, it prevented their baskets.
Gotcha. Thanks for the insight, Buzz.
All right, no time for the halftime report. We'll pick up second half action right now. No, it is time to go back to the studio. Buzz will probably change his shirt while we watch the Alfa Romeo halftime report.
Wow. Alfa Romeo halftime report now 30 seconds long. Go.
McDonough's the best.
I'll tell you one thing. I hope Dockage was paying attention so we could find out why the closeouts were late.
Yeah.
And they didn't stunt, and they weren't able to rebound. So, Dan, I hope you're paying attention. But the first half in general, you know, I thought this is a Duke team that's better when they only play one big. Because the ball moves, they got better spacing. It seems like the middle of the floor is open where you can get middle drive. They can dominate the glass with the 2 bigs, but they're almost better with only one.
Does it matter which big?
Well,
Bolden actually.
I like when you have Bolden, DeLaurier, or Bolden and Wendell Carter. They played well for that stint when Bagley was out. Bagley's kind of a liability defensively. He doesn't really give as much effort. He's a great talent offensively. So that's one issue that Coach K has to deal with. And then Trayvon Duval on the offensive end, he can't really shoot the ball. So you like that game plan by Virginia Tech.
Bagley bashing here lately.
No, it's just you're being realistic.
Dan, pretty critical of him.
Well, I mean, there is room for improvement for Marvin Bagley. It's not a finished product.
Would agree with that. All right, so the boys are here. Carl Ravitch here. We'll hear from Joey Brackets in just a couple of minutes, and want to go over the ACC because this is sort of another big weekend for them. You know, you got Duke, North Carolina coming up, but there's other teams beyond the guys at the top that are playing pretty well.
I think NC State's been absolutely terrific. They won their 10th ACC game, and you talk about a coaching change, and Kevin Keatts steps in, brings an energy of passion. They changed their playing style. They play extremely hard. Omar Yurtseven has been giving them an inside presence. He can also step out and shoot. The Baylor transfer, Alec Freeman, has made big plays, but it's more about the system and these kids playing with confidence and playing for each other.
Got him in the tournament?
I've got him in the tournament.
Yes.
The other team, I think Louisville's really kind of taking a step forward. When Quentin Snyder plays well, Louisville plays well.
Hey, and the one thing that travels, defense, and that's what UVA brings to the table. They'll be the favorite in ACC tournament, holding their opponent to 52 points per game. Yes, their offense is questionable at times, but look, it's a rock fight every night. I don't know if teams are willing to grind out like that.
By the way, Louisville and the team Seth talked about, NC State, still have one game to play. Joe Lenardi here.
Coming up, I'm going to give you all the weekend winners and losers from a bracket perspective.
This halftime report is presented by the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, an SUV only Alfa Romeo could create. You're watching the Alfa Romeo halftime report.
Two shades of blue collide in a Sonic blockbuster rematch. UNC Duke, Saturday at 8:15 on ESPN.
I've been doing this a long time. It does feel like every year we get into these top 1 and 2 seeds, and they feel like they're the same teams. Joe Lenardi and the bracket Parker joining us again. It feels like the cream tends to always rise. Is that happening again based on this weekend?
It sure is, and we see it every year, and it's because the best programs typically have the best players, and the longer the season goes on, the more their records reflect that. Let's start with North Carolina. They've been in 2 straight NCAA title games, won it all last year, of course, and now on the number 2 line, they'll have every opportunity to get back and defend. Further down the ACC standings, Louisville, and what a year it's been there, of course, but the Cardinals get an enormous road win at Virginia Tech to go from first 4 out to last 4 in. For the moment, we'll see if they can hold that spot. Another team that's generated an incredible amount of conversation, of course, Trae Young and the Oklahoma Sooners. It seemed like for weeks we've been sitting here waiting for Oklahoma to get back in the win column. They finally do so at home, giving them every opportunity to finish no worse than 8-10 in the Big 12. And in this year's Big 12, that should be enough for an at-large bid. In the SEC, road wins have been hard to come by. Arkansas goes to Tuscaloosa, nips Alabama, and puts itself in excellent position for an at-large bid. The committee made a point of noting road neutral records in its reveal a couple of weeks ago. Good news for the Hogs.
And all of a sudden, that SEC tournament in St. Louis, the way Kentucky's playing, feels like it may be theirs to lose. Auburn all of a sudden stumbling, Joe, with you look at the weekend losers.
Get teams that either fell out or dropped a seed line or two, headlined by the Tigers, who've led the SEC all year long, but now a man down. They're on the 3 line with Tennessee. Texas Tech losing that heartbreaker at home to Kansas. They drop Louisville in, Syracuse out. It's tense for a lot of these teams right now.
Yeah, never a comfortable spot to be in. And you take a look at some of the big games. Tennessee beat Florida last week. K'Von Allen was a no-show. Then he does show up in that win over Auburn. Villanova at Seton Hall, Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee, Joe. Those are the big ones this week?
I'll be watching that CUSA battle for sure. But the game that will be affecting the top of the bracket is Villanova. I just don't see a scenario where there are 2 Big East teams on the 1 line come Selection Sunday.
All right, Joe, we appreciate it. Busy time of year. Much more coming up on the Alfa Romeo Halftime Report.
This halftime report is presented by the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, an SUV only Alfa Romeo could create.
Do you believe in second chances?
Walker, party at Temple!
Well, here is the new beginning.
Knocked out the shot clock. Are you serious?
Champ Week, presented by Prism on ESPN.
Not fair, Joe, and Tyler Hansbrough beat Seth's team. Not good.
Just flat wrong.
Bamba out
He
with
was
a
not
toe.
wrong. Devontae Graham, not wrong.
All good in Devontae's world. Enjoy the second half. This has been the Alfa Romeo Halftime Report.
Back to Big Monday, presented by Joseph A. Bank. from Cassell, Coliseum, and Blacksburg, where Duke, and particularly Grayson Allen, got off to a hot start. He had 11 points in the first 6:45. Missed his last 6 shots of the half. A lot of the key players for Virginia Tech haven't done very much, but the freshman, Alexander Walker, picking up the slack. He leads all scorers with 12 points. Sean McDonough and Dan Dockich, welcome back. What are your thoughts as we head toward the second half?
Well, my thoughts are that Virginia Tech needs to continue the defense that they played at the end. They sped Duke up a little bit. A lot of shots that looked open weren't necessarily open. I thought for the first 5 or 8 minutes, Duke was very comfortable offensively. Not so much last 10 minutes of the half, and that was a credit to Virginia Tech's defense, in particular Alexander Walker, I thought did a terrific job.
Duke scored just 4 points in the last 9 minutes of the half, but still has the lead as we head to the second half. Here's Allison Williams.
Well, Sean, Duke knew they would have to make some adjustments defensively based on how Virginia Tech chose to attack that zone, and that adjustment comes in the form of their wings. Associate head coach Jeff Capel said they are not high enough. Virginia Tech is getting penetration from there because their wings are out of position. They're too far back. Now, as for things on the offensive side, he said we have to be stronger. Virginia Tech upped their physicality on the defensive end, and we've got to match it.
Well, first upset of the second half. Buzz did not change his shirt. Many times we've seen him do that in the past. He's just going to sweat some more because in his defense, it is warm in here, and he's hoping that Justin Robinson can heat up. That's a 3 to start the half for the Hokies. And that is career point number 1,001. Strong drive by Trevon Duval.
He just moved Bagley up to the top of the key. And Duval just blew by for the layup.
Robinson, now the 48th man to score 1,000 points or more at Virginia Tech. Wilson, in his final home game, 5th-year senior, has never played in the NCAA tournament. He redshirted last year. When they made the tournament under Coach Williams, he was on the football team a year ago, redshirted for basketball. Long 3 by Bibbs with the shot clock running out. Wilson got it back. Robinson open, and the long rebound down to Wendell Carter Jr.
Man, this place was ready to explode had Robinson knocked that in. I think if you're Duke, you've got to go a little high-low here. You might as well keep out there, throw it inside. You've got 2 bigs.
Carter, looked like he traveled. He did. Well guarded by Kerry Blackshear, and it's a travel against the freshman from Atlanta.
Yeah, I thought Blackshear did an absolute great job. And you're going to watch down on the block Wilson, who's undersized. He gets in front of Bagley and doesn't allow the easy pass big to big.
9 Duke turnovers. A lot of this pressure in the backcourt tonight, extending the defense. Alexander Walker, couple of moves, went to the left hand with the scoop to score.
Oh, man, is he having a game. Hey, Sean, he got in the middle of the zone, faked one way, came back, and quicker than the defense could react, scooped it in.
Well, he averages under 11 points per game. He has 14 tonight, holding the Hokies in there as others struggle around him. Bagley fouled as he started a drive.
Sean, this is a skill. Not everybody can play in the middle of a zone. Not everybody's comfortable in there. You've got a great shot blocker in Bagley, and man, oh man, Alexander Walker just showed the ball, spun back, and too quick with the left hand. I'm with the crazy people behind me. There's a little 3 seconds last time.
Allen.
I'm not with
that pretty.
I'm not with the guy that time. There was no 3 seconds there, but Allen got that off quick, huh?
He did, and drifting to his left. Bibbs down the lane. He was all alone. Did not score. Allen ended his long personal drought. Had not scored. 13-15 remain in the first half.
Well, they got to go high-low. You've got to look at Bagley on Wilson. Wilson got in front. There they go.
Nice setup by Duval and dropped in by Marvin Bagley III.
Yeah, just Duval blew by again. Wilson left Bagley to come help because of the drive, and nothing you can do. That's where, hey, look, Bagley terrific right now, staying around the rim, rebounding, picking up the loose change, as Raph would say, but trying to create, not his thing yet. Not yet.
Rough possessions here for Virginia Tech. Duke, chance to open up some space. That 3 popped out. Carter puts it back up and in.
Oh, man. He just off of a pogo. Strong in between two guys. Now remember, this is a freshman.
Yeah, 6'10", 260-pounders had a double-double in 4 of their last 5 games. And the only game in those 5 he didn't have a double-double. He had 18 and 9 against Louisville.
Look at the traffic. He just goes up, gathers, and right through everybody. It's a freshman.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by the Capital One Venture Card. Earn unlimited double miles on every purchase, every day. What's in your wallet?
Sean McDonough, Dan Dockich, Allison Williams back inside Cassell Coliseum. Blacksburg, Virginia, great old barn, dates back to the early 1960s. Duke has the lead. It was 6 at the half. It's 9 now. They've won 9 of the last 10 head-to-head against Virginia Tech. Not looking ahead toward that big matchup on Saturday with game day on hand against North Carolina. Alexander Walker and the rebound by Bagley.
I think you got to go inside with Bagley. Bagley being played by a much smaller guy. Throw it up.
Nine play, a lob, and it didn't get there. Well defended by Virginia Tech. They did try to get it to Bagley.
I don't think you have to do that. I just think you got to go high-low, and you'll find it. Over the top. I mean, Wilson's sitting there about 6'3", maybe.
Bibbs grazed by DeVal. He didn't like the call. It'll be a chance for 3 for Justin Bibbs. That's 3 fouls now on Trevon DeVal.
Yeah, pretty nice by Bibbs. He's in a little bit of traffic, just stays to his left hand. I don't know where the foul was.
Senior Justin Bibbs for Virginia Tech taking the court for the final time here in Blacksburg with his mom, Gail, and his skill on the court on full display, but he's multi-talented. Check out these portraits he's sketched of Kobe Bryant, Derrick Rose, D. Wade, and King James when we're with the Heat. Something he does to kind of unwind and relax in his free time, and says he's got plans for when the season wraps up to present Coach Williams with a portrait of the entire team, all the different guys, and a compilation of action shots, and pretty talented both on and off the court.
Yeah, for sure. I have no artistic ability whatsoever.
You sit next to him. Whatever you don't have, I'm worse.
I can't even do stick figures.
No. That's pretty impressive drawings. Great kid. Has had a great career here.
6-point game. Duke trying to win its 25th game of the year. That would be 11 consecutive seasons with 25 or more wins. Consistent excellence. They had a 15-point lead in the first half. They led by 9 a moment ago. Big possession here for the Hokies.
Pretty good decision by Horn to get the ball out of there. Now you can set up. I think if you set up, find somebody in the middle and play out of the middle. There he is.
Trying to get it to Bibbs. Robinson's pass intercepted.
Yeah, great play by Duval.
And a 3 at the other end. Val found Grayson Allen.
You know, that was really easy looking, but it's not that easy. So many guards go too fast, over penetrate. Duval just got the basketball off a steal and just found the best shooter in the gym. So many guys over dribble.
Allen the rebound and the lob, and it was not taken in by Carter. NBA Wednesday, it's a doubleheader. It's Steph, KD, and the Warriors in D.C. to take on Bradley Beal and the Wizards. That's at 8. Then James Harden, Chris Paul, and the Rockets square off against the Clippers.
Saw something today. Somebody was questioning or asking in the media whether James Harden is a better isolation player than Michael Jordan. Not a better player, better isolation one-on-one.
Do you have an opinion?
At first I thought it was nuts, and then I started thinking about it, and I'm not sure it's as crazy. No, I don't think it is, but it's a pretty good question.
course, you're best known to holding Jordan with how many? 13 points?
Well, if you really want to know, he had 9 against me. I fouled out, and then he got 4 late. Still a little bitter about those extra 4 while I fouled out.
Bagley called for his 3rd foul. By the way, our NBA doubleheader coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 7 on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Do you watch the NBA?
I love the NBA.
I know you do. Do you watch Phoenix Suns at all?
I sure do. America's team, the Phoenix Suns. On the way up, baby. Robinson, the free throw shooter. My question to you was going to be with an eye toward the Rockets. Can they win the whole thing?
No.
No.
No. When it all comes down to it, just one man's opinion. The Warriors
We're going to try
and the
to drag it out of you
Cavaliers.
because it's so difficult.
The Warriors and the Cavaliers. Look, LeBron James, what does he care about the regular season for? They'll be fine.
He seems to care a lot. He's vocal about the officiating last night.
That's just setting
They
up the
changed the whole
playoffs.
team around for him.
Well, he made some good trades.
Yes, he did. He might be the executive of the year.
He's going to be the finals MVP and executive of the year. And
Unique daily double.
you don't see it often.
I think the Rockets are good enough to win a series of this because they would have to shoot the lights out, but they are capable of doing it, as
No
we have
question.
seen many, many times this year.
They have enough ability, right?
I wouldn't make them the favorite to do it, but they could.
Who in the West? Who in the East?
There's a 3 for Bibbs.
How about Bibbs? He played inside against his zone, and then he knocks one in from deep.
Here comes the crowd again. Sold out. This is the 11th road game of the year for Duke. In the previous 10, they played in front of the largest crowd that the host team had had all year, and that is almost certainly going to be the case again tonight. This place is jammed. Laval, tough runner, and he made it going to his left and shooting with the right.
He has been fantastic for the first 7 minutes of the second half, driving the basketball. And defensively, he's come up with plays as well. He has been the key here for Duke.
Donald's All-American out of the IMG Academy in Florida last year, off a tough game Saturday against Syracuse, but that's true of a lot of players over the course of the year against the zone defense. He went 1 for 8 for 3 points Saturday against the Orange. Blackshear from the elbow.
They found a spot. In the first half, it was left baseline. This half, it's middle.
The foul. A little out of control that time. And it is Virginia Tech ball. For a moment, it looked like Lee Cassell was going to say that it was Duke's ball. Mike Krzyzewski thinks it should be Duke's ball. But I think that just went flying out of DeVal. Well, they're changing the call, so let's see. Yeah, did he hit the ball or his arm?
I think he hit the ball. I think that's a good call. Really good piece of officiating there. Buzz Williams not going to be the most excited dude about it, but it was the right call.
So 7 on the shot clock for Duke. Are they alert to that? Allen needs to shoot it. Perhaps they weren't. That's a shot clock violation.
I'm telling you, that entire possession, Blackshear was awesome. He defended on the post, and then he got out on Allen. For 30 seconds, he was great.
$12 minutes to go.
Look at the middle where the ACC is. Somebody's got to fill it. Here comes Blackshear.
There it is. Blackshear. Whoa, he threw it behind the cutter. Tried to get it to P.J. Horn. And it was well off target.
I like Duval, Sean. I think he has been terrific this second half, driving the basketball. Also, he has had his hand in there on defense. But right here, going away from the ball screen, not only did he set himself up for a bucket, you see a steal there, but he also created help and got a bucket for Bagley.
Two shades of blue collide in a Sonic blockbuster rematch. UNC Duke, Saturday at 8:15 on ESPN.
That'll be fun. 45th time Carolina and Duke will meet when they're both ranked in the top 10. They have split the previous 44, 22 apiece. So much of the rivalry is so even. And not only is that the most rankings when both teams in the top 10 in AP poll history, it's 31 more than the next. And that's North Carolina and NC State, who played 14 times when both were in the top 10.
I'll take all the heat for this one, too. But these are the two best programs in the country. When I talk about program, all around, North Carolina, Duke.
I will say this, you're an equal opportunity event. Trent out of the corner. It's hard to argue, though. I mean, who else would you put in the conversation?
Kentucky's been very good, but
Kansas.
Kansas, no question. 14 of it.
Robinson the bucket. He has a chance to make it a one-point game.
And a shimmy. A little Mark Jackson shimmy. He's woken up. He hit a big three. He just out-hustled everybody. Look, he just blows by. Guys are jogging. Guys are lazy getting back. Guess what? Robinson wasn't. He just sprinted past and finished. There's one guy he's passed. Two guys, three guys, four guys he went past. Nobody stopped the ball. Layup and one.
And the foul is on Trevon Duval, and that is his fourth. Now Robinson makes it a one-point game.
You know, you can be so good in basketball if you just run fast as hard as you can all the time.
Grayson Allen, 10 seconds to shoot. 11 minutes in the game. Golden inside, strong move.
Well, P.J. Horn did a great job of denying Bagley. Everybody else spread out. It let Bolden go one-on-one, and great move to his right shoulder.
First bucket of the night for Bolden on his first shot. Sophomore from DeSoto, Texas.
One of the problems in half-court offense for Virginia Tech is guys aren't catching and shot fake.
Robinson for the tie, long with an open three. It was a deep three from beyond the arc.
And that three didn't need to be that deep. If they would have shot faked and moved the defense, they would have gotten the ball inside and been more on the line. When you just whip it around, you back up against the zone. You don't go into a zone.
Allen off the mark from three. Good block out by Blackshear. And the hit ahead to Bibb. Swatted. But a foul call. And it's going to be a goaltend. Pardon me. Goaltending the call.
Laurier hustled. I mean, he hustled big time to get back. Made a nice play. But you're going to see the ball hit the backboard. And when you do that, it's automatic goaltend.
So count the bucket for Bibbs. Trying to go out a winner in his final home game. Coach K at timeout. It looked like as much as anything he wanted to talk to the officials.
Why do officials immediately come over to Coach K and listen to him? Why did they do that?
He called timeout. He looked at Cassell and just waved him over, and he came right over.
Why would you come over? I'd say talk to your team. Now watch. If I were an opposing coach, it would infuriate me that this happens all the time. You said it. He just waved him over, and like one of his assistants would do, he just came over.
Well, it's interesting. Earlier today, we talked to Buzz Williams, and I mentioned to Buzz that when his team lost at Duke 12 days ago, Coach K said, well, I think we caught them at the right time. They were just off that huge win at Virginia. Maybe they were a little flat. So I asked Buzz that. He said, he's Coach K. He's the best coach of all time. If that's what he says, I agree with him. Yeah. Even though I thought by Buzz's facial expression, he didn't really agree with him.
Of course not. Of course he didn't agree with him. But that, you know, they're still listening to him. Why would you listen? I don't care how many wins you have. This is tonight. This should be even. This should not be, I call timeout so I can call you over here like I would my assistant or my player. You're not an assistant or a player. You're the referee.
Buzz Williams, by the way, also told us that every time he coaches against Duke, he introduces himself to Coach K. 1 9-point game. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Blue Devils.
I think the referees give gift cards.
Bolden, another good move. He's been terrific during this winning streak, and Delorier in the right spot. Well, you can see what they were missing when those two big bodies were out. Bolden with a knee and Delorier with a hamstring.
You got to give Bolden credit, as you said. He forced all kinds of help by being strong on the block.
Bibbs, corner three. Boy, it looked like Blacksburg could have caught it and put it back in. He tried to tip it with one hand. And now a foul on Bibbs as Duke was advancing the ball.
I think you're right. Like, look at this. Look at the pressure that Bolden puts on by just being big and strong. And next thing you know, Delorier inside cleans it up.
Foul on Bibbs, his first. Second on the Hokies. Team fouls. Not a problem for either side right now. 3 for Duke. Allen open for 3.
Little high ball screen. Grayson Allen going to his left is really comfortable. Again, he's the only guy talking, and they said earlier, you know, they have him on top of the zone because of how he talks. You're going to get beat by 15, you shoot those shots.
Yeah,
this is going to get away from you. You shoot those out for 1 or 2 passes.
Alexander Walker. Allen running the show. We mentioned he had a quiet game against Syracuse, 6 points, didn't make it 3, but in the previous 4 he averaged just under 24 per game. And he's on his way to a 20-plus point night tonight. The pass over the head of Bagley and intercepted by Blackshear. Robinson underneath, and basket interference to call. Goaltending to call. Count the bucket for Kerry Blackshear.
Well, on the other end, I've been watching this for the last 5-10 minutes. They are doing a great job on Bagley. They're fronting him and playing in on the backside. This is a terrific pass. And Blackshear put himself in a fantastic position by running the floor. See, Blackshear ran right past Bolden and got to the basket. And a great find.
Alex O'Connell back in the game. Allen, the good fake. Quick reaction by the defense against the fast ball movement by Duke, and that's O'Connell with a 3. He's done very little the last few weeks. He had scored just 2 points total in the last 4 games, but that's a big 3 for Duke.
That's a huge 3. He relocated, went from the wing to the baseline. I'm not sure I've seen a team all year that relocates on the pass better than Duke.
Robinson might have been deflected up high by Allen.
I'm telling you, you shoot these quick 3s against Duke. You can shot fake, get into the zone, but you shoot these quick ones, Duke's going to kill you.
Trent has had a quiet night. He's been Mr. Big Monday in their previous appearances.
See, that's really nice right there. Great flash.
And Bagley off the feed from Bolden. And all of a sudden, Duke has opened up a 9-point lead.
When Bagley gets the ball in there, fine. But off the block, he's got to look to kick it. But right there, he was terrific because of the position he got underneath the basket. Watch relocation here. You're going to see he relocated, O'Connell did, to the corner. Pretty good. And then when you get the ball this deep, you've got no choice. High, low, fantastic. He's inside the arc, pivots around, great move.
On Holly Road, Dick Vitale, Bob Wischusen getting set to call this one about 23 minutes from now. Kansas, Devontae Graham. They already got a share of that trophy. Tonight, they try to make sure no one else gets their hands on it. John?
All right, Ravi, and Devontae Graham, one of the late season candidates, 20 of them now for the Wooden Award. Here's a look at tonight's Wendy's Wooden Watch. Who do you like?
I like Jalen Brunson. I think he has been fantastic all year long. I think that, you know, we all have I think, unfairly really put expectation on Trae Young. Great move.
By Chris Clark, his first points of the night. He averages 8 per game.
Who do you like?
Well, there are a couple who were not on there. Earlier, I would have said Trae Young, but I think with Oklahoma's extended struggles here, that unfortunately for him has hurt his chances, and his play's fallen off a bit. DeAndre Ayton was the notable omission on that graphic, but we only have room for so many. Grayson Allen missed a 3 with 4 threes tonight. He's moved past Kyle Singler into the top 5 in career threes all-time at Duke. Now 268 made threes for Allen, more than any active ACC player. O'Connell got it inside to Bagley, and he's fouled.
Blackshear's trying. I mean, Blackshear's getting on the high side, but pretty good feed. The key to feeding the post is to throw it away from the defense. So many times you see a white shirt, you just throw it to the white shirt, or you're a red shirt and you throw it to the red shirt. No, you throw it away from the defense.
Bagley the free throw. Allison.
Guys, a couple things defensively for Virginia Tech from that last timeout. They need better ball pressure from their guards. Also, they were reminding their bigs that they have to help stop the curl. Sometimes they're a little too quick to jump the ball.
Virginia Tech, as you mentioned, leading three-point shooting team in the conference, better than 39%. Just 4 for 20 tonight. Duke in this zone's done a good job guarding the arc. And another Hokie turnover.
Well, one of the things you notice with Duke, 2 things. Offensively, how they relocate on the pass inside to the post. Second thing is defensively, man, they get their hands in there. They don't mess around. You turn your back, you see a guy coming in from behind you, you see a guy reaching.
Second violation. Carter in the lane too long.
Yeah, they could have called that a few times earlier. And I know Buzz Williams let the officials know in the first half that that was an issue.
Long time to get into their offense here as we approach 5 minutes to go. Virginia Tech down by 9. Blackshear took a bump, didn't get the shot to drop.
Let me ask you, how do you defend that if that's a foul? Like, Blackshear went into Carter. I'm not sure there was a whole lot Carter could do unless he slapped down. He got in front, he moved his feet. The next thing you know, all right, let's see if he slaps down. Showed his hands. Yeah, I guess he went over the top. If he had just put his hands straight up, I don't think that would have been a foul.
Blackshear having a good night. 12 points now. Bolden in for Carter, goes to the bench with 3 fouls.
Bolden's been pretty good. Bolden has earned his scholarship tonight. He's been very good on the block, very willing to just kind of go down there, demand the ball, and create havoc.
He had a terrific game Saturday in the win over Syracuse at Cameron. 7-6 in just 12 minutes for Marquise Bolden. O'Connell, freshman out of Roswell, Georgia. More of a factor earlier in the year with his 3-point shooting. Some of those big bodies have gotten healthy. They've played bigger, and his minutes have diminished. Trent, you mentioned he's Mr. Big Monday, averaged 26 points in the 2 Big Monday games against Notre Dame and Miami. Each team turned it over, and Duke has it back with a full shot clock. They can take it down close to 4 minutes to go.
Man, that was great defense, particularly on the help side by Virginia Tech, and then just got going too fast.
Trent has just 5 points tonight. Bolden, good position. Tough shot with the shot clock running out. Well guarded by Blackshear.
Now make or miss. I'm sorry, layup or not, you got to keep the ball moving here. Second half, it's just stopped, like you said earlier, taking a long time to get into offense. First half, the ball was whipped around. They never stopped.
The questions I have for Virginia Tech: what has happened to Ahmed Hill? He was their leading scorer when we were here 5 weeks ago for the North Carolina game, averaging 14 points per game. He's taken one shot tonight. He's hardly played. Alexander Walker, another three.
Talk about relocating. Alexander Walker made himself available from the left side of the court all the way across to the right.
Timeout. Duke. Coach K after the officials again.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905. And in part by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the NFL.
There he is. I just saw this picture on Twitter. I tell with is that a Royals hat he's got? Yes. Royals, he's in this baseball mode. He's dumping the Rays the way they're dumping players. That game's coming up.
And after that game, Ravi Sports Center with the dynamic duo of John Butchiegross and Steve Levy. Joey Brackett, Jill Lenardi will join the show, talk about how tonight's games impact the NCAA tournament field, to look at what's behind the Warriors' success away from Oracle. And the reaction from Tampa. Russell Wilson joins the Yankees. I don't think for the season.
I don't either.
Sports Center at night, 11 p.m. approximately on ESPN and the ESPN app. Buzz Williams trying to get the crowd fired up. It's a 4-point game.
Buzz was twofold. He was tired of the official talking to Coach K, and he was trying to get the crowd going. That was more directed early at Coach K and the officials than it was at the crowd.
Grayson Allen draws the foul. Robinson can't believe it. Second foul on the junior Justin Robinson. Buzz Williams taking the microphone here.
Guys, quit cussing. Quit cussing. You don't throw anything on the floor regardless of what's happening.
Good for him. I'm so tired of that. My alma mater, when Grayson Allen came in, just disappointing. Good for Buzz Williams.
Quit cussing if you couldn't understand what he said. We'll see if the crowd abides by that request. Rare miss from the free throw line by Grayson Allen. He had made 24 in a row before that miss.
Just need a good possession here. Don't take a deep three, just whip the ball around, look to get it in the middle, and make a play out of it.
Corner three, way off by Bibbs, barely grazed the rim on the long side.
That time Bagley hustled and got and put pressure on the same side. They're trying to go at Bagley's side, but Bagley made a miss.
Val playing with 4 fouls. 2.5 minutes to go. Duke not in a big hurry here with the 5-point lead. Crowd thought Bagley walked. Clark the rebound. Allen trying to get back. He fouls Robinson, and it rolled off.
Hey, how fast was Robinson? Robinson just took off and blew by Grayson Allen. And give Grayson Allen credit. He sprinted back, tried to catch up, influenced the shot with a foul. Now you got to go make free throws, but man, was Robinson flying, and so was Allen. Good stuff.
Now, Grayson Allen is an athlete. He can run, he can jump. He's 6'5".
He won the high school slam dunk contest. You know, he's a lot bigger. You see him in person, broader shoulders, just a bigger, stronger kid than what you see on TV.
Robinson makes both free throws. 3-point game, under 2.5 to go with Texas and Kansas in the on-deck circle. Allen, strong drive on Robinson, and a foul.
Good call, too. Buzz Williams doesn't like it, but it was a good call. Grayson Allen went in, and they jumped right up and then extended an arm and hit Grayson Allen on the shooting hand.
Blackshear's second.
You're going to see right here, he drives, and it came right at it, got him right on the wrist.
$20 points now in 4 of the last 6 games for Grayson Allen.
I can't think of anything more fun than being good enough to beat Grayson Allen, coming into all these places and dropping 20 plus on a bunch of people screaming and yelling at you.
The crowd did respond to Buzz Williams instructing them to stop cursing, particularly in the direction of Grayson Allen. Blackshear, foul line, tried to power to the bucket, lost it on the spin move. Buzz Williams thought he was fouled. He's irate. If he's correct, that is a big missed call. 5-point lead on the ball for Duke, and now an offensive foul called against Duke.
Now there's your makeup.
That certainly had the feel of it to call that sort of thing at this point in the game. Was Blackshear fouled?
I don't think so. I think
like
Grayson Allen, yeah, I think he was a little out of control. And let's see if Grayson Allen doesn't break in there. I think with left hand, he got the ball.
Buzz did not think so, but he got it back. He got a dunk. Clark off a nice pass from Robinson. We have a 1-possession game. Final big Monday of the season and another dandy in the ACC. Allen off the Carter screen. They tried to screen and roll. Clark picked it off, avoided Allen. Little out of control, but he's at the rim. Well, partner, you swooped in for an ACC Big Monday. You picked a good night to do it.
Oh, this place is, look at these kids going crazy. So much fun.
Virginia Tech down by 15 in the first half. They were then one.
Really good zone offense. Really good zone offense. Get into the defense. Look below you. Clark with 2 really good plays. You said it, Sean. Clark out of control right here. It's going to fall down. No. Right here. No, he's going to spin. Pretty good by Clark. That's just determination and heart by a kid dying to win.
A lot at stake for these two teams. Duke, with a win tonight, would secure a top 4 finish at the worst in the ACC regular season standings. That means you get the double bye. You don't start playing in Brooklyn until Thursday in the quarterfinals. Of course, Virginia Tech trying to really cement a trip to the NCAA tournament with its 10th ACC win and be sure to winning record. We'll see Carolina tomorrow. They're taking on Miami, presented by Boost Mobile on Super Tuesday. That is in Chapel Hill. Heels Canes also available on the ESPN app, of course. So 49 seconds to go. The next Duke foul will send Virginia Tech to the line. The Hokies do have 1 foul to give. They're on an 11-3 run.
If you're going to get the ball to a post guy, you've got to do it from the top of the key. Too much post feeding from the side has taken it away on weak side. If not going to do that, then you got to go with Grayson Allen off the ball screen, let him create at the end of the clock.
Trent They try to get it inside. It's off the hands of Carter. On the break, it is missed by Clark at the rim. With under 30 seconds to go, a foul, a huge miss by Chris Clark on the layup. That would have given the Hokies the lead.
Man, you cannot beat from the side against this defense. Great help side defense. You see it right there, and then the steal. Let's see if Clark gets fouled. Buzz Williams dying for one. There's a reach in right there. I don't know if there was a push, but you see Buzz Williams and his entire staff jumped up immediately.
And Devin Wilson the foul. They take Carter out. Hokies bringing pressure. And they foul DeVal. That's the right man to foul. He's just 61% from the free throw line. Foul is on Bibbs, his second. This will be a 1-and-1.
All right, Sean, if you make both, Virginia Tech needs poise here. You've got to take the ball and drive it. You've got to take it down. If you get a break, fine. If not, reverse it. If he misses one, same thing. You just need poise. 26, 25.6, a lot of time.
Front end of a 1-and-1 for the freshman. Way off. Tipped by Bagley. Then it looked like Carter was held as he went after the ball. They didn't call that. It's Virginia Tech ball. With a chance to take the lead.
Well, they're going to go to the monitor and they're going to check it out. And what they're going to see is, I do believe it's going to be Virginia Tech's ball, but they're going to miss a clear foul because, as you said, Carter was absolutely held going after the basketball.
And they can't go to the monitor and call the foul. And I do think right here, it's Bagley. He swatted it toward the sideline. And you see the grab there on Carter. And the Duke bench pointing at that.
I like the no call on the over the top because I don't think there was contact. But you know, Carter has a chance to go get this, and he gets held right there, so he can't go get it. Maybe he would have, maybe he wouldn't have. But the hold made sure that he didn't.
I think that's the best look at it, and a great look from our crew. And I don't see anything to overturn. I mean, I guess the question is, after Bagley sends it toward the corner, does it go off the hand of Clark? And there's the hold. No question. Blacksburg grabbed Wendell Carter Jr. But the call on the court was Virginia Tech ball, and I don't think you can see definitively if Clark touches that ball or not.
I don't think so. It's close. And they are confused over there. They're looking around because they're trying to see exactly what you just said. Did Clark touch it after it was tipped by Bagley?
Well, I think they've had about as good a look at it as you could possibly have from right above the bucket. And I'd be in favor of a time limit on these things. I mean, you want to get it right, but you're also taking all the air out of the game here.
The air will come back really quickly if this goes to Virginia Tech.
Take as long as you need to get this one right?
I am the biggest proponent of, I don't like replay at all in any sport.
So the ball stays with Virginia Tech. The Hokies have not led since it was 11-10 Virginia Tech with 14:09 left in the first half. DeVal's going to pressure Robinson. Clark, the inbounder, waving to his teammates, come give some help. And now DeVal retreats. 20 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Blacksburg turns and attacks. Clark rescued it. Bibbs. Alexander Walker, 6 seconds in the game. Clark lays it in on an air ball. 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds. Allen at the buzzer. Will it count? No. Dropped in by Bagley, but after the buzzer, the Hokies win the game 64-63 and almost certainly punched their ticket into the NCAA tournament. They storm the court at the Cassell. Chris Clark at the Last moment, the final seconds, he scored the last 6 points. And what a way to send out the seniors, Bibbs and Wilson at Virginia Tech.
What a great environment. This place is literally shaking, Sean. And how about Clark? Last 6 points, just on hustle, really. Right spot, right time, cover the weak side, and man, oh man, this place is absolutely shaking.
Ooh. Chris Clark, the junior from Virginia Beach. He's hoping to play in the NCAA tournament for the first time. He injured his knee in the middle of last season and did not play in the NCAA. He's almost certainly going to experience that this year. What a way to wrap up the ACC Big Monday, but still plenty of action to come tonight. Texas and Kansas in just a moment. Duke's last field goal in the game came with 7:02 remaining. Chris Clark, the hero. Virginia Tech, the winner. 64-63. For Allison Williams and Dan Dockett, Sean McDonough saying so long from Blacksburg.